Hey, God bless you. My name is Dr. John Tasinski. I'm with New Life Covenant Church. I've been involved with the church for about 15 years, and I'm here to talk about rebuilding the church, creating a vision and model for membership development. And over the course of the pandemic, we've seen members decrease in value. Some believe it was due to COVID. Some believe it was caused by change in leadership. Some believe it was a lack of faith, lack of discipleship. And while these things are relevant, there are two issues that is is lacking. One is hermeneutics, which we're not going to talk about, but the main reason is the lack of membership value and connection, getting hurt by the church. According to Castillo 2021, we have to take ownership of not getting hurt by the church, but admitted we hurt them. And so I'm going to cover 5 areas, 5 major functional gaps: creating the urgency to change, developing a vision and mission statement to rebuild the church, list an example model for membership development, reinstate the process, and list the promises of appreciated membership. Let's go. So Alt Garrison, 2013, talked about discipling in the ministry and compassion. In 2017, he also talked about the Acts 2 model for discipleship. He came up with 5 major components: worship, connect, go, serve, grow. Really memorable. It was awesome. However, the mission and ministry driven, here's the challenge with bigger churches. They become busy, and a busy church can become a disconnected church. Focused on recruiting and evangelizing can wear members out, especially if they're not appreciated. I believe that if we switch the words around, connect, worship, serve, and grow, we are teaching the members, hey, we want to connect with you first. We know that some of you are strangers to worship. We want to teach you to serve, then send you out, and the church will grow. Andy Stanley, 2018, for North Community Church, talked about creating the urgency, gave a mission and vision for church values. He made it stick. He talked about the gap. And where's the gap? Membership values. And that's where I took some of his ideas. Sermon and worship. Pastor Wilfredo De Jesus in 2018, in his rise in power, I remember serving him on that day. He talked about genuine worship, superficial worship, and false worship. We lose genuine worship based on our emotions, but some people get emotional when they're unappreciated by the church. Community and fellowship inside and outside the church. The outside part is what's missing. And while our churches are doing wonderful in trying to resolve this, there is a model waiting for us. So let's talk about an example of rebuilding the church. The vision and mission of building membership values. We got to make it about the members. We got to keep it simple, right? Andy Stanley said so. Write about the future, right? Create the urgency to change, according to John Cotter. Encourage other churches to follow your example. We need to write a mission. And I want to give an example. Here's an example of a vision. Rebuilding the church by appreciating its members that serve them. And here's the mission. We recognize the members have lost their drive through a lack of intimacy, being under and overused, underappreciated, and hurt. We're taking accountability. We must take accountability as Christ-like followers that members have not been hurt by the church, but hurt by us. We are intentional and committed to rebuilding the church by appreciating and valuing our members. Let's go. And so what we're going to do is create the urgency. John Cotter wrote this back in 2009, and he talked about it, and Andy Stanley alluded to it. We have to discover the gap, and the gap is membership values. We got to create intimacy and develop their person. When you develop them and communicate with them and support them, they're going to appreciate you. And so moving on with the strategy plan, we have creating earners. Imagine your senior pastor giving you a call. You're new. That member will remember that for the rest of his life. He'll be dedicated to the church, and others will follow that. We can't be just newbie centered. We have to also call the elders or the people that feel left out. Discipleship and membership, I believe they're already happening. It's intimacy. We need to show holistic support like life coaches, right? The members support the time, right? They support the church. Sometimes we have to support faithful members and then show honor and affirmation, not to the senior guys or the directors, but to the people that in the corner. Show them that they matter. It's more than a tap on the back. And so we have a final first lesson summary. We learned 5 major components, right? Everyone can have a vision. We created an urgency, and I followed Andy Stanley's example. Membership and vision, the values. We discovered that. I gave an example, 3 strategies for rebuilding the church, and here are the promises. The promises are this: members will be dedicated to you. They will want to serve. They will be genuinely communicated with because you care about them. It's not so mission driven. You really love your members. They make the church work. Other churches will be inspired. And then this can become a universal model for every Christian church. Remember Paul in the Philippians. He said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But remember, sometimes we have to be the Philippians and support the apostles. And the apostles have to give us thanks. He says, I honored you. He gave a testimony. Hey, God bless you. Have an awesome day.